My daughter has been drawing the same thing for 3 years. My daughter, Iris. She's 8 years old, loves drawing, draws anything she sees. It's normal for kids, right? Kids go through different phases, from dinosaurs to princesses, horses with impossibly long legs. Iris went through those things, but 3 years ago, when she was 5, she started a new phase, a different phase. At first, I thought it was cute, like other kids. She would sit at the table, holding her crayons, and draw two people. A big person, a small figure holding the hand of this big entity. The big person always wore a red dress, the small figure always smiling. I would say, "Oh, your drawing is nice, Iris." "This is you and Mommy." She answered me calmly without lifting her head. "No, this is the lady and the girl." I asked her, "Which lady?" She said, "The one who comes to my room." I laughed, thinking it was her imaginary friend. That's normal for kids. Even my wife Emma and I were joking with each other that night, saying she's a creative girl. But the drawings continued every day without stopping. The same shape, the same dress, and the smiling girl. Sometimes they're standing in front of the house, sometimes in a field, sometimes in darkness scattered with white dots. She said they're stars, but they're always together, holding hands. A month passed since that story. I noticed new things. Buttons on the dress, exactly 7. The smile revealing small teeth, finer lines, clearer colors. But the subject didn't change. One day my wife talked to her. "My daughter, why don't you draw something else, like a little giraffe?" Iris answered her without lifting her head. "I can't. She wants me to draw her." My wife asked her, "The lady?" She said, "Yes. She says I have to remember, so she doesn't stop her visits." Emma and I looked at each other. For the first time, we felt something uncomfortable. Maybe the new school is pressuring her. But the drawing continued, a second year, and another after that. Then came the moment that made my heart sink. In one of the drawings, the little girl was wearing a shirt, yellow with a cartoon bee on it. That shirt, I bought it for our first daughter, Lily. Lily was 4 years old when she died suddenly, a brain hemorrhage. She laughed in the morning. In the night she didn't come back. I left her room as it was, and the door locked since that day. I never told Iris anything about Lily one day. She never saw her pictures, didn't know anything about her. "How did she draw the same shirt?" I asked her with a trembling voice. "Where did you see this shirt?" She said, "The girl wears it. She loves bees. The lady calls her my little Rose. That name, that was the name I used to call Lily." I went quickly. I didn't ask her if she said anything about Lily to Iris. She broke down crying. No, I never told her anything. That night we went up to the attic, opened the old boxes. We found the yellow shirt. We found an old picture. In it, Emma was wearing a red dress in the picture. Emma was carrying little Lily. Emma was the lady who wears the red dress. In the morning, I asked Iris to describe the lady to me. She said, "Beautiful, but sometimes sad." She says she misses someone. She says she visits me so she doesn't forget her little flower. She says if she forgets, she'll disappear from existence. My breath stopped. Emma broke down crying at the door. Iris said while coloring the red dress, she says she's scared because she's starting to forget. She no longer remembers her laugh, nor the warmth of her hands, nor the smell of her hair, that smell of strawberry shampoo that Lily loved. Emma whispered to Iris, "When does this lady visit you?" She said, "At night, usually." I wake up and find her sitting on my bed, holding that girl's hand. She cries sometimes. Then she walks in the hallway to that locked room. Lily's room. Emma couldn't sleep that night. At 2 in the morning, she stood in front of the door. In front of Lily's room door. From the other side, she heard a faint whisper, a soft sob, the lullaby tune that she used to sing to Lily before sleep. She opened the door. Everything was as we left it. The small bed, the purple blanket, the toys arranged on the shelf, the starlight on the ceiling. And there, in the middle of the darkness, was she. She wasn't fully human, but a shadow of a human. My figure, but older, exhausted. Grief had eaten her features, and beside her a small child in the B-shirt. She said in my voice, "I don't want to forget her. I can't." I understood then. I said, "We didn't forget her." She said, "You forgot. You locked the door, imprisoned her in silence. You brought another daughter, pretended the first one didn't exist." I screamed, "We grieve her death every day." The shadow smiled sadly. "Really? When was the last time you uttered her name? When did you talk to her? When did you remember even her hair in your memory?" I couldn't answer. The silence was a confession. She said as she stood, holding the child's hand, "Iris sees us because she knows that the dead don't have to be silent. That's why we visit her, and she draws us. She reminds you of what you forgot." I asked her with a hoarse voice, "Who are you?" She said, "I am you. Every memory you imprisoned out of fear and pain. I am when there's an empty place for love that no one inhabits." They approached me, passed through me, and suddenly I felt everything at once. 3 years of deferred grief, repressed memories. Lily's laugh, her smell, her fear, the doctor's voice, the locked door, the silence. I collapsed in the hallway, crying. My husband found me in the hallway. I told him everything. In the morning, we sat with Iris and showed her a picture of her sister. We uttered Lily's name more than once. We opened the door to the room and sat, we cried and laughed and remembered. Iris said with a calm smile, "The lady will be happy now, because you're helping her." That night I entered Lily's room alone. I sat on her small bed. I held her favorite doll. I talked to her about my day, about Iris, about my longing, about my regret. I slept there. In the morning, I found on the table beside me a new drawing. 3 figures. This woman, the lady in the red dress, and the child, and a woman kneeling with open arms. The two walking toward her, and below it, in Iris's beautiful handwriting, the lady says thank you. Now you can rest. From that day, Iris didn't draw the lady or the girl. She went back to her horses and princesses and dinosaurs. And we left Lily's door open. We say her name every day. We remember. But sometimes at night I hear that lullaby, soft and distant. And I wonder if she really left, or just became quiet, content because we carry her little flower in our memory. Maybe ghosts aren't the dead visiting the living, but the living themselves when there's a void inside them. Iris will enter 3rd grade next week. She chose a new yellow backpack with small bees on it, and I couldn't tell her no.